Have you ever been absolutely adamant that there was a product you didn't need within your fishing, and then someone gave you one and all of a sudden it's something that you can't go without? Because that is exactly what's happened to me with this new product from the guys over at ND Tackle. Let's take a look at it. So here it is, guys, the ND Bankstick and Bed Chair Organizer. And if I'm honest, this is a bit of kit that I never thought I would include sort of within my fishing. I never really understood why people take bivvy tables. I always used to use like the top of a carry-all. After knocking a drink off or losing my pair of scissors a handful of times, it starts to get a little bit frustrating. And at this point in my fishing sort of career, if you like, I am well and truly sick and tired of losing bits and pieces while I'm sort of mid-session. So this really does go quite a long way to help keeping you organised. Now what it basically incorporates is a ABS plastic tray with a couple of accessories around the outside and then a bank stick mounting point in the centre of it, which obviously you can just screw in, plonk it down either next to your chair or your bed chair, and yeah, keep all your stuff organised. And moving on to features, that's where this organiser really does have all of the boxes ticked. As you can see, there's loads of different bits on here. Let's start with the far side. You've got a nice little clip-on tray, and I use that from a receiver, and basically that clips off and clips on anywhere around the actual tray itself to sort of just give you a bit of a customization, if you like. There's also a hook on the front there, which is quite possibly the most valuable hook that you will ever have, and basically it's designed for a set of keys. I put my van keys on there. I'm not even going to tell you guys how many times I've lost my van keys during a fishing session, and then you get to the end of the session and you're wondering where you've put them down. Not anymore. That problem has been solved. I'll just tell you one quick story. Once upon a time, I actually managed to put my van keys in a bin bag. I then managed to put that bin bag into obviously the bin because I was fishing a park lake, and I then later had to go through that bin to get my van keys back out just so I could get home and get to work. So absolute nightmare. Make sure that doesn't happen to yourselves. Moving down a bit further from that, pretty self-explanatory. You've got the cup holder. So you make your cup of tea, you plonk your cup in there, and it saves you kicking it over or knocking it off the top of your kit bag, which I have done many, many times before. Next to that, you've got a ruler. That's on both sides of the rig board, and that's just so you can measure your rigs out while you're tying them. Some people are really fussy and like to be extremely precise when they're tying rigs. Personally, I just knock them together as quickly as I possibly can so that I can get fishing. It's probably not the right attitude, but yeah, if you want to be extremely precise, it has the tools to enable you to do that without any problems whatsoever. At the front here, you have got a nice little edge which enables you to put a phone or a tablet and have that stood upright. Again, it's something that you don't really know you need it until you've got it, and then I don't want to go without it. What you guys don't know is that I've already got all of the specs for the table. They're just on my phone on there. You can't see it, but obviously I can. And I can do this completely hands-free without holding my phone in front of my face and without having to check it every 2 minutes. Moving up from there, you've got 4 needle holes at this end, and obviously each one of those you can put a baiting needle in. So I've got a couple of different types of baiting needle plus a stringer needle because yeah, I fish stringers quite a lot, especially if I'm on a short day session. I don't want to be putting loads of bait out. So little stringers and hook baits, which I've got in this tub just here. And yeah, I'm fishing effectively and yeah, hoping for a fish right now. The rods are out. And then on this side here, got little eyelets and little hooks, and they're basically to hang ready tied rigs. So you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different rigs ready to go. If you're fishing a busy commercial type water where it's fish after fish and you're getting blunt hooks every 2 minutes, having a couple of rigs pre-tied hanging with your stringers already on would be definitely an advantage. You know, at the end of the day, we all go fishing to have fun, and obviously the best bit about fishing is actually catching a fish. So the more efficient you are, the more fish you catch, the more fun you have. So yeah, an extremely useful bit of kit. And as I said at the beginning, I didn't ever think that this would be something that I would need within my fishing, but now I really don't want to go without it. It's extremely handy to have something like this on a day session, but it is also very good to have set up next to your bed chair. And you're probably thinking to yourselves now, there's a bank stick which screws into the floor. There's no way I can use that in my bivvy because it'll end up putting a nice big hole into my ground sheet. And luckily the guys over at ND have thought of that. And there is also a tripod attachment which goes onto the bank stick. You then splay the legs out and you end up with an extremely sturdy table without having to put anything into the ground. Now I know almost every tackle company in the industry makes a bivvy table, but obviously this one is designed to be slightly smaller, slightly more lightweight, and the whole thing is just a bit more manageable. Probably one of the main reasons I never took one of the full-size bivvy tables is because I didn't want to lug it around. This is so small that you haven't got to worry about that at all. It comes in at only 620 grams, and as far as dimensions go, it's 30 centimetres long and 18 centimetres wide. So it's nice, small and compact, but still has plenty of usable space on the top there. The bank stick extends from 32 to 54 centimetres, so it is quite height adjustable depending on obviously the height of your chair or your bed chair, and it has got a screw type point on there, so you can really wind it into any tough ground that you may come across. And finally, the big reveal, how many millions of pounds is it going to cost you guys to get one of these bankside organisers within your kit? Well, it's a mere $39.99. They're available to order straight from the ND Tackle website, or they also have an ND Tackle eBay shop now, which I hadn't realised until just recently. So go check these out on the website for any more information. Like this video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell notification icon, and that way you won't miss out on any more quality products just like this from the guys over at ND. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much. No fish. Thought I'd get a fish.